Hello one, hello all, it is the most anime ghost of them all. It's time for a review of Jerome's Dream, The Gray in Between. Jerome's Dream is a Connecticut metal rock band, and this is their fourth studio album. Seeing Means More Than Safety, which was produced by the legendary Kurt Ballou of Converge fame, and definitely a must listen if you consider yourself a fan of emo, screamo, power violence, or emo violence in general. With vocalist Jeff Smith, and I must say, the man's vocals have definitely changed over the years. The band style has definitely changed over the years. Before, it was pretty much very manic. You had Jeff's insane shrieked vocals all over that thing. And with the second album, they've pretty much changed up their style more. They've definitely gone more complex on that, more mathy, a little more out there. And also Jeff's vocals pretty much turned into chants, like spoken word style chants, like rah, rah, rah. But it sounded good. It sounded very compelling, very unorthodox, and definitely fit the style they were going for. However, on the third album, which I feel was a dud, was LP, after their breakup and then return, they pretty much left a lot to be desired on that one. Mixing wise, the drums pretty much just took over everything, and the spoken word shouty vocals did not work well in Jeff's favor, unfortunately. But now they're back, and they are kicking ass on here once again. Like, they're playing more intensely this time. There's definitely more to grasp here. And Jeff's vocals, like, I feel like the intensity has definitely risen here. The ferocity within the vocals has definitely risen here. His throat has to feel like he's been drinking nothing but Mad Dog 357 hot sauce for like a week straight. The opener has like these ear-splitting distorted guitars just wailing away on here, while frontman Jeff just maniacally screams his brains out. And I love the force of the driving bass and pounding drums on here. I love how the dissonant guitars just like build this groove and like give you a little break from the madness, and then we get these entrancing tremolo pick guitars and bring you to like almost a place of serenity and peace, only for the thing to just come back in and just give you a pulverizing finish. The next track though is pretty tedious. I do think that there should have been more to this, in opposed to just noise that pretty much doesn't have much of a direction. I mean, sure, some riffs are here are pretty cool, but they don't really lead to much of anything in comparison to the others. The track South of Isolation is definitely the more harmonious track on here, but still brings a lot of pain and sorrow to the table here, with these rapid blast beats, tremolo pick guitars with these pounding kick drums, and they just carry so much sorrow coalescing with Jeff's harrowing vocals on here. Like, I could just picture him just like going into a manic, just rocking back and forth with the mic, like, ah, ah. Trust me, it sounds a lot better on the album. The track Pines on a Hill, probably my favorite track on here, has like this ominous but yet patience testing intro, only for you to just get violently invaded by these distorted walls of blaring guitars, just absolutely pounding down, just going into this dark gothic chord progression. And I do love the outro. Kind of reminds me of Slint a little bit. Cosmos in a Season comes off as a snoozer to me. It just sounds like a cheap anime intro, if I'm being honest, like very lackluster. It's pretty, but it's not emotionally moving. You know, I've definitely heard more emotionally moving interludes than this, like on Loma Prieta. Things pick up again with these intense, blistering guitar chords and these heavy, dirty bass lines that create like a nice balance here. Also, I love the crashing cymbals and same breaks, just creating a nice driving rhythm on here, as the frontman just goes absolutely insane over them. While this album is insane sonically, it also is insane too once you read into the lyrics. Like on the track Holiday with Infinity, where this guy lights himself on fire and our protagonist here just kind of looks at it as like a liberating type thing. If you read into the lyrics though, you pretty much know what I mean. And even though he's lighting himself on fire, the instrumentation does get darker. So it's a pretty sick contrast. Like we get these speed of light blast beats and kicks, and these fiery tremolos that just create like an anthemic harmony, like something out of a liturgy album. The Last Water Pearl has a very absolutely intense and mournful finish with these walls of dramatic fiery guitars. I do wish there was a little more to the ending here, but I feel the traumatic lyrics, I feel the intense playing here really gives a good send-off. It's just, I wish that the last track didn't really fade out the way it does. It just kind of drones on till it ends. But I do enjoy that track as a whole though. More for the build and more for the lyrics. But again, I'll take it. And also the sentiment is pretty devastating too. Basically going through the traumatization of trying to get over the loss of a loved one. But yeah, I do love the way this band combines beauty and ferocity. It's Beauty and the Beast on here because, like, yes, it's very visceral, but also there's something beautiful within the instrumentation, something moving within the harmonies here. So it doesn't really have to compromise, you know? It's not like they're trading in harmony for ferocity. They're coalescing together and they're just building this beautiful monster of an album, which is definitely a great comeback album. Granted, I do wish some tracks were longer. I do wish that the album was longer, but it's a great comeback. I think the songwriting was on point. I think the riffs are definitely on point. Like, I love the harmonization they put on here. I love the intensity. The vocals definitely have changed for the better. And I'm feeling a 4 out of 5 hearts on this one. Just my opinion though. If you've given this album a listen, what did you think of it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? And why? Let me know in the comments why. Let me know why you loved it too. Caspa, Gothic Ghost, Jerome's Dream, The Gray in Between. Till we meet again.